Hi guys, welcome to Reality Explaining. Today we're gonna have a word on, once again, another case of an African American citizen dead in the hands of police officers. So let's check this out. Before we start, here at Reality Explaining, we don't put up with BS. This is a channel for those who enjoy the wonders of common sense and resist against of those online proposing fictions, usually to cash in on you. If you're one of us, engage, subscribe and share this video. Don't let the BS take over. Now, you all have seen what's been going on these days on the streets in many cities across the states since the murder of George Floyd on May the 25th by a police officer in Minneapolis. The outrage has been also online again since then. And there is no discussion here. It's a case of a murder. The evidence is clear. Anyone with a brain agrees. Even celebrities have spoken in regards of this case, although we here at Reality Explaining don't feel those statements from celebrities to be fully well intended, since they gain the internet and media exposure that they crave for since the start of the lockdown, when we, the people, basically understood that we cannot really count on them to do something useful more than make videos and live stream and sing and stuff. Now, some might say, you cannot talk about these issues from your white privilege perspective? Well, that's not an issue here. I think it's clear from my accent that I'm not white. I'm actually African descendant, Hispanic, and Caribbean, man, ya tu sabes. I mean, we don't like to be stereotypical. That's why you don't hear me talking stereotypically Caribbean. We accept that inside reality, attaching yourself to a stereotype is bad for your life, since your stereotypes are just bad. That's their definition. Back to topic. Some of you will state that the victim in this case didn't resist arrest, but in the viral video shared online shows the victim admitting resisting arrest. And this minute-by-minute breakdown video by NBC shows, and quote, the officer struggles to get Floyd out of a car. One thing is missing in this protest, and many others before, and it's the reminder to our children and our relatives to never resist arrest. Any dissenting voice with a bit of common sense online is immediately shut down with the curving argument of stop blaming the victim. No one is blaming the victim. What happened here was clear, and the blame is on the police officer who knelt on the neck of the victim, and the 3 police officers in the scene who didn't stop the deadly abuse that was being committed. New information surfaced that the victim and the officer who knelt on his neck had worked in the same nightclub. So that's even more incriminating for the officer who was already charged with murder. This is the thing. Here at Reality Explaining, we don't put up with BS. This issue of cultural disobedience in our communities needs to change, especially if minorities like us are targeted by some individuals in the police. For God's sake, value your life. Your life matters, and it's only one. Act as if you value your life, your only life. Act accordingly. Don't try to funk with an armed police officer who basically has quote-unquote license to kill you. Once it's done, we cannot turn back in time and save you. That's the end of your life. And you have the right to live a long and plenty life. Don't resign to that right. Value your life. Listen to us. From now on, you have a new commandment. I will not give them the chance. That's a new commandment. I will not give them the chance. Who are they? Those some individuals in the police that might target minorities. You don't know who they are. And it's statistically impossible that they might be 100% of them. As unlikely as that they might be 0% of them. You don't know which kind you're gonna get when you have to interact with one of them. We know that in the States, it's culturally common people starting arguments with the police, which is astonishingly rare in the Caribbean where we come from. Lots of people in the States feel offended that they are stopped by the police after speeding. You were speeding, man! Own it! The officer wants to see your ID? Yes, sir, here it is. Own it! The officer wants to write you a ticket? Yes, sir, I deserve it. I was speeding. Own it! He wants to take you to the station? Yes, sir, my hands are already in the back of my head. And remain silent. Own it! But guys are Reality Explaining. What if what is happening for no fair reason? This is the answer. Are you expecting life to be perfect? Life is pretty shitty, man. especially in hyper-competitive, hyper-stress developed countries. Everybody is high on cortisol, the stress hormone, all the time. There is rage everywhere you go. Anyway, humans are mammals, and mammals are animals. Do you really buy the fiction of the anthropological sophism that we are supposedly not animals? Or better than animals? No, man. We are animals. The truth is that we humans are animals with clothing, and that's a fact. So don't expect things to be perfect. Don't expect humans to be like computers. We are not. We are animals, and that's a fact. Follow the officer's indications. You can sue him and the department later, but you live to tell the story. The officer wants to see your ID for no fair reason? Yes, sir, he did this. Your life matters. Value your life. You can sue him later and live to tell the story. The officer wants to write you a ticket for no fair reason? Yes, sir, and remain silent. Your life matters. Value your life. You can sue him later and live to tell the story. He wants to take you to the station for no fair reason? Yes, sir, my hands are already on the back of my hand, and remain silent. Your life matters. Value your life. You can sue him later and live to tell the story. But you live to tell the story. We cannot keep losing our people. If you don't value your own life, how can you expect others to value it? It makes no sense. And regarding of that toxic idea of getting real, that is how you end up when you start getting quote-unquote real. What's up with the lack of obedience? This is a free country. Nothing wrong should happen to you if you obey authorities. If the police authority requires you to do something, you're supposed to obey. If that was wrong, you can sue him later and live to tell the story. If health authorities tell you to wear a mask or vaccinate your children, they are the authority. You shut the fuck up and do it. If city hall authorities tell you to tramit the permit to build 5 new floors on top of your house, they are the authority. You shut the fuck up and do it. If the law demands you to properly drive your car every time, the law is the authority. You shut the fuck up and do it. And this is a problem that starts in our own homes. Since we're kids, our parents don't teach their children how to follow authority guidelines. And you see grown-ups breaking the lockdown and dying out of the lung failure due to that lung bug in the air these days. Our parents don't even know that we are mammals, and mammals are social behavior animals, meaning that the development of individuals like you and me depends on the entire society. If you adopt an aggressive, offensive strategy on life while dealing with other human mammals, well, they represent society, and society is bigger than you, and it's always gonna be bigger than you. So you don't funk with them. If you're ready for war all the time, you're gonna end up dead. And once dead, you stay dead. Imagine all the sex that you're no longer going to have. Think about it. These are our 2 cents. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. So like and subscribe and share this in your social media. You know YouTube is prioritizing content from established media. So these little actions can actually help small content creators like us to keep up. Help the small fish to grow. And don't forget to engage. Don't let fictions take over social media. Speak, comment, tweet, and share this content. Don't let the liars win. Kindly check our support links if you would like to back our work and see more common sense online. Thank you. See you in the comments. Bye bye.